Hey YouTube, it's Sharika and I'm back again. I am back sharing my budgets, sharing just me getting back on track with my budgets, and just hopefully encouraging you guys on how to get back on track when things kind of fall apart. So today, actually earlier today, I thought I was recording my paycheck number 2 for 2025, and it wasn't recording. So I've already done the budget. I got paid, I put everything in YNAB, I allocated all of my expenses, and I gave myself a zero-based budget for my master budget. All that is done. A lot of things have changed. Was I on budget? Absolutely not. But let's just go through it and I'll just walk you through what had happened, okay? And so first off, let me say this. The reason that I do this is just to share real life. I know some people are very intimidated about budgeting point blank, period. I was very intimidated about budgeting years ago, and I hired a coach and I've gotten very comfortable with it. And so I try to show what realistic budgeting looks like. It isn't all peaches and cream. It isn't all cake and ice cream. It's not always perfect. But the act of budgeting, as long as you know it, it will save your life. It will save your financial independence, and in the long run, put you into a better place. And so that's why I say, just work with your budget, adjust with your budget, and keep it moving. These past 2 weeks have been absolute chaos for me, but I'm still working with it. And that's why I use YNAB also, to also make sure that I have the funds to do what I need to do. And so a couple of things we want to notice. As you see, I have zero money. I've assigned gave all my dollars a name. So I have no more money to assign, but I'm still overspent on 2 categories. Let's look at what those categories are. Medical and miscellaneous. By $683.76. So I'll tell you what happened. One, I had an emergency room visit. The emergency room was $350, so that is now paid. I also am expecting an ambulance bill. For that, I haven't even checked my mail. I'm not going to check until I get back from vacation, and I'll just pay it with my emergency fund. Again, another thing, my cell phone, watching the Ravens game, threw it across the room. I was excited, screen cracked. $330 something later, I need my phone. I need the screen. I need to see what I'm actually doing. So that's also coming out of the emergency fund to replenish that. And so eventually at some point this week, I will just transfer that money to take care of all of the overspending. I will probably actually transfer a little bit more because I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't just that. I bought a couple of other things. I was on Amazon. I bought a little bit more. I bought some sandals for my vacation. Back in the day when I was on point with my budget, I was spending about 15 minutes a day in my budget on YNAB, checking everything, making sure I was reconciling my expenses, checking the green balances to make sure I had money before I spent it. I got away with that in 2024, and I'm trying to get back to that at this point. Now, I knew everything I had. Like I said, if you saw my budget for January, I had about an extra $350 that was going to savings for after every check. That money clearly is not going to go to savings, but we're going to still make it work. I'm going to figure out some ways to make some extra money this year to just catch up on those sinking fund bills. And so, like I said, I've got 2 categories overspent. Also, another thing, it looks like my internet, the promotion is over. So when I budget 75 something for my internet, it came in at 90 something. So I need to give them a call and try to find a new promotion on that. Let me look through. Let's see what else went array. I did get rid of Planet Fitness, so I did not have to pay that, and I got rid of that. Let me actually delete that goal, that target, because we're not going to be we're not paying Planet Fitness any longer. BG&E was over. It was $277. I only budget $200, so I need to make some adjustments personally on that one. Fubo, $92, but February is the last month for that, so that'll kind of help me catch up in the future months. Everything else was pretty okay. Business was I had to pay business taxes, but that came strictly from my business budget. I had that money. Beauty I didn't budget for, but I think that's hair. I did something with my hair. Overspent on food. I did go out a lot. There was a lot of football games. Both the Ravens and Commanders got further than we thought, and so I was outside watching games with friends and stuff. So spending money. I'm spending a little bit more on gasoline with this SUV. I work from home, but I've been going to a lot of places. I've been going out on the weekends, or kind of driving far to some doctor's appointments. I've been going to PT on a regular basis now because of that hospital visit. So I've definitely been spending more on gas. So I should probably, when I do my February budget, increase that. And this is how you evaluate your bills. It doesn't have to stay the same every month. Like, think about what's going on and make your changes where you need to make it. As you see, medical here, $634. I've been to PT, I've been in the emergency room, I got medicines, all the things. Miscellaneous, let's see what's some miscellaneous. Electronics, so that's the phone. Target, that's Target. I don't know why eHarmony charged me, and they obviously refunded it back. Amazon, oopsie, it was a late night, I was on Amazon, I didn't need it, I got it. Temu, I bought some things for a vision board party, and then my photo shoot, that's where some of that came from. And if you saw my sinking fund videos, I added a sinking fund for my photo shoot for next year, so that I don't have this miscellaneous not budgeted anymore. Amazon. So yeah, miscellaneous is definitely was over budget. I did not plan accordingly for some of those things, but I've got the money to cover it. So I will probably transfer, let's see, what did it say? $683. I'll probably transfer a good $800 over to cover that, and to add money to my food budget because I used it all already. So that's the master budget for Paycheck 2. Now let's look over into my sinking funds. Remember, I said I have $780 that goes automatically to this sinking fund account. So let's add that in here. Paycheck, $780. All right, so I've got about $10, $35, $15 that needs to be assigned. I had $255, I was just saving it because I knew I was gonna be over budget and I was gonna transfer it to my primary. I'm just gonna take it from my emergency fund and make it work that way. All right, so first thing I wanna do is go to anything, and honestly, these things I really don't care about. These things don't start till October, so let's just focus on vacations for right now and things that happened early on in the year. All right, so this is fully funded. The trip is fully funded for my birthday trip. How much more do I need for this? I need $555.63 for this wedding weekend, and I'm just gonna go ahead and fund it. Plus $555.63. So that is fully funded. So I'm good to go there. And then let's go with Canada. How much do I need left? I need $714.28. Let me just make sure I am good on everything. Actually, what I'm gonna do here is down in home Paramount. I feel like I was off by a month or two, so let's just put 102 there. Let's, I need $64.22 to get back on track here. I need to get back on track with my car registration, and then we'll come back up to the top. And we'll go back to Canada, and then I'll add the leftover $187.90 to Canada. And there we go. So I have assigned all of my money for my sinking funds. I'm happy that I've got 2 trips pretty much accounted for. And honestly, this first one, I'm not spending that much money when I get there. So when I get back, I'll move it somewhere else. But I'm happy with the way January looks in my sinking funds. So that's what my budget looks like for my master budget. And for my sinking funds, that is how I allocate the money that I have automatically going into this account every 2 weeks. Other than that, I'm pretty much done. I pretty much need to stay in the house for the next 2 weeks. Is that likely to happen? Absolutely not. I have come up with some ways to make a little bit of extra money. I have someone has referred an extra client for me for hair. I think I'm going to take that on because I got some big goals this year. Also, another client to maintain their sister locks. I think I may take that on as well. Just want to make sure that everything health-wise is good first before I make that decision. But other than that, I think I'm on target for majority of the things. And keeping it simple, this week, one of my goals is going to be definitely to be in this budget every day, every morning for at least 15 minutes, even if I didn't spend any money, just to make sure I, before I do anything, before I go out, before I even spend any medical expenses. I know I have PT 3 times this week. I need to make sure I have the money for that. And that's also why I'm taking a little bit of extra money from my emergency fund. So I need to make sure I have that in here before I actually spend it. That's the whole point of this. And I can look at it right here on my app. So that is it for my paycheck number 2 budget. Paycheck number 2, we are almost done with January already. But the goal, like I said, it's not perfection. I'm not expecting perfection in January. By the time we get to June, July, it should be perfect. But right now, I'm still working my way back into it. So give yourself some grace, and let me know, how did you do in January? If this is like your first time getting into budgeting, how did you do? Like, did you make any mistakes? Are you giving yourself grace? Are you going to switch some things up for February? If so, I will see you guys back with my next video, which is going to be my February budget. I need to plan for February. So guys, get ready. Write down the list of things you're doing in February so we can make our February budgets together. See you soon. Bye.